everyone! Today we're going to review the reverse coloring book by Kendra Norton. Let's get started. To start, I read the ideas page. The author mentions on that page that her favorite liner is the .05, so I thought I'd go ahead and experiment and figure out which one's my favorite. For this, I used the liners that I have, which are the Staedtler pigment liners. It comes in a pack of 6, so I wanted to try each size out and see which one I like the most. When I first saw this beautiful painting, I did not know where to start. I felt a little bit anxious by how pretty the page was, and I didn't want to mess it up. So I started simple by filling in some of the white space. I have to admit that my mind did keep seeing flowers, and I felt like my imagination wouldn't move past that. I personally really enjoy creating abstract art, so I focused on each shape and filling them in with patterns as I went. The pigment liner that turned out to be my favorite was also the .05. I got some pretty delicate line work, and I was really happy I was able to get some nice detail. As I worked on my first page, I quickly discovered this book was not gonna be what I had assumed it would be. I did not expect to feel like I was destroying someone else's work of art, which is totally how I felt. My intention had been to add to these pages, and maybe even love them so much I wanted to hang them on my wall as decor. But that's not how my journey went with this book. The main reason for this page anyway is because I couldn't get those freaking flowers out of my mind. It was almost like I couldn't relax and just doodle aimlessly, which is what I really love to do. But that's a me problem. That has nothing to do with the book. I ended up drawing some polka dots, some stripes, and some stars as patterns. In the end, after pushing past my stubborn brain, I did manage to lose track of time. I didn't give up, and even though my brain didn't want to stop seeing flowers, I kept at it and eventually lost track of the bigger picture I'd self-imposed. And here's how it turned out. Thankfully, the second page did not look like flowers to me, and just to make sure I wouldn't drive myself nuts imagining things that weren't really there, I turned the page upside down. That way, I turned my brain off as well. But you guys, unfortunately I wasn't recording and only caught myself adding the finishing touches. But I definitely want to share that I did find this page way more enjoyable than the first one. I was even inspired to add a three-dimensional element. I have this product by the company named Ranger, and it's called Liquid Pearls. They're kind of like blue dimensional dots, sort of, and I felt adventurous, so I added it. There was one design that I didn't like, the triangles in the center, but I liked everything else. For me, I think this book is going to be more about trying new things, experimentation, and practicing my patterns, not so much trying to finish a piece of art. As soon as I finished the second page, I knew I needed to run to Joann's to get some metallic markers. The liquid pearls had looked so pretty, and I felt like the sky was the limit. I could add whatever I wanted to these pages. The pack of zebra markers I got had 6 colors, so I went all out. I went metallic happy and matched every marker color to the color shapes. But even though the markers were metallic, they weren't shiny or reflective. If you have any suggestions on metallic pens or markers, let me know in the comments. I was really expecting these markers to be shiny, but they weren't. They were almost kind of matte metallic. It was weird. I still enjoyed using them though. What I ended up doing to add the shine that I wanted was add some more liquid pearls, but oh no, I did not stop there. I really wanted to go all out, so I added some sequins too. This page had actually kind of bothered me a little bit because all I saw again was a bouquet of flowers. But by the end, I didn't even see the flowers anymore. I think this page 4, is one of my favorites that I completed today. I took out my favorite .05 pigment liner and didn't even think. I let my hand move in whatever direction it wanted. Sometimes it followed the shapes in the background, and other times I didn't even pay any attention to them. This page was honestly something else. I actually really started having fun. I can't really explain it. It's almost like I loosened up and did whatever came natural to me. I guess it only took me 4 pages to finally find my rhythm. I think maybe the first 3 pages were more trial and error. I'm honestly really glad that I kept going and found the feeling that I'd been looking for. I love abstract art, and the fact that I wasn't feeling relaxed and happy kind of bothered me, but I persisted. For the next page, I was ready to try something new. I went ahead and brought out my Posca acrylic markers and started scribbling all over the purple shapes. The reason I did that was because the purple was starting to look like flowers again. Ugh, these flowers, I just couldn't get away from them. What do you guys think? Is it just me? Am I going crazy? Am I seeing flowers where there aren't flowers? I feel like they definitely are meant to be flowers, no? Well, if you're a flower artist, you're gonna love this book. But I think there's a space for us abstract lovers too. After the first 3 pages, I had started thinking that this kind of book just wasn't for me. But when I got to the 4th page, I was like, alright, I see it now. I feel it. So anyway, I scribbled over the purple because that's what I thought looked like flowers. And by doing that, I was able to look past what I thought I saw and instead just have fun with abstract blobs and shapes. Other than the scribbles, I actually didn't add any patterns to this page. I guess I was feeling less intimidated by the pre-existing artwork and just had fun playing. I even thought the page would benefit from some more yellow, so I actually dared to add to the watercolor painting in the background. I felt like such a rebel. For this, I used my Posca marker in yellow to outline some wonky shapes, and then I busted out my Tombow dual brush pens. I used different shades of yellows, but I did not use my swatches, and I really should have because the 3rd yellow that I used almost came out orange. I regretted it, but I had to go with it at that point, so I just added it throughout the whole page, and I kind of ended up really liking it. Added all that yellow, I wanted a little bit of glitz, so I went ahead and grabbed my metallic marker, but it didn't really add any glitz. I think what I need is glitter markers. Does that exist? After the gold, although I thought it was looking really pretty, it felt off balance, so I went ahead and added some more green. After the green, I also wanted to add some texture, so I alternated between the yellow spots I'd added and scratched all over inside of them. It looked a little curious, but that's what I loved about it. It looked a little out of place, but added that extra texture I wanted. Although they were a little funky, I really liked the scribbles that I created. But they did look a little out of place, so instead of just having them in the perimeter of the page, I brought them to the center as well, and I think that looked a lot better. And that's it. Here's the before and after. I really like the after. I think it came out great. On to the next page. This page actually looked kind of dark to me, so I wanted to add some vibrancy. Since red and blue are 2 of the primary colors, I thought adding yellow would complement the existing artwork. I whipped out my Tombow dual brush pens and with the brush nib colored in some spots of yellow. But it wasn't enough, so I also added a yellow border as well. One thing that is really neat about this book is the paper. It's a little thick, so my Tombows and pigment liners don't bleed or goes through to the next page. Not only is that awesome, but it really helped me to feel free to use any medium. I think next time I might experiment with adding some watercolor, but I'm sure the paper will probably warp since it's not as thick as watercolor paper, but that's okay. I think it is thick enough to handle at least a little bit of water and not pill. After adding the yellow, I knew I wanted to add a pattern to the blue, so I went with polka dot. But that seemed too simple, so I outlined them in white. I made the polka dots black because the blue was kind of dark, but then after adding the black polka dots, I felt it had gotten a little too dark for my taste. So I added these cute, tiny, bright little red hearts. They felt a little random, but I thought they brightened the page up, so I like them. I then wanted to add some blue to the red. Honestly, I probably should have used my Posca, but the ones I have are too thick. I'll need to invest in some fine line Poscas. But for now, instead, what I did was I used the bullet nib of my Tombow marker, and although it was a fine line, the markers are water-based, so it wasn't as bright or opaque as I would have liked it to be. But that's alright, it still got the job done. So I went around and doodled all over the red areas. I left the lighter, pinker spots without any scribbles. For some of the really light pink though, I did go in and draw some lines over them. Once the doodles were done, I went in with my liquid pearls and gold and dotted the areas. The gold color itself isn't very bright, but it did add some texture to the page. that was pretty much it. Very simple, but it used a lot of the techniques that I had learned I liked, so I was happy with the page. I think next time I might actually give in and draw the flowers I think I see. What do you think? If you enjoyed watching this video as much as I did making it, please consider giving it a big thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next one.